speaker box loud, hitting that stuff to you.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So we need to talk. So we're gonna look at some of my, investments, plays, stuff like that. I'm just a small fry, you know what I mean? Just a small fry, as most of you probably are. You know what I mean? We're just trying to scrape by. But I found an interesting documentary I feel like you guys should watch if you haven't seen it. Go on YouTube and look up The Bank of Dave. It's a very, very cool thing. Because if you look at our banking system the way it is today, it is so fucked up. What we're heading into is gross. And this guy wanted to prove a point, and he was working against the grain the entire time. The bigger banks were trying to shut him down, but they couldn't because he wasn't doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? He wanted to open a bank, a small bank, which this is why we need small banks in communities, because the bank in that community knows what that community needs. Not these big conglomerates that want to control everything. And we're going to get where exactly we're headed, because I've seen it. It's right here on my phone. But it's crazy because this guy opened a bank. He was already rich. It wasn't for the money. He opened a small bank against the grain. People started pouring in. He was offering a good interest rate. And he was loaning money out to people in his community for certain things. And even other banks denied some of these people, but he still did the loan. He still got paid back. And all of the profits from the bank went to charity. So he didn't keep any of the profits. And the bank started to blow up. And the big guys took notice. Because our banking system these days, it's becoming a huge problem. A huge problem. And you look at, like, if you remember 4 months ago, I said I was moving money into one of the bigger banks, right? For a short time, because they were offering $300 if I just move money over there, hold it there for 90 days, they'll give me $300. I'm like, all I have to do is move $1,000 over there for 90 days and I'm gonna get $300. Like, I can't even. I put $5,000 into a high short-term interest CD for 4 months, $5,000 in a short-term interest CD, and I only got $80. But I put $1,000 into that checking account and got $300. So you see, it was worth the move. But why? Why are they offering money? Because they're trying to keep the share price high for the end of the year, for the big bonuses, right? Because all the big execs are going to get all of these big bonuses at the end of the year, and they got to make things look good. So if they're offering money, they're getting people to come in. They're getting new accounts opened. And I've seen this once before, right before all hell broke loose. I remember it like it was yesterday, where banks were getting people to open accounts, and it looked good because, new people, look, new people are coming in, even though it's the same person that's got like 4 different accounts. It's not like more money's rolling in. Look, things are good here. People are still opening accounts. Everything's good. Stock price go higher, right? The big execs get their bonuses. Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick what happens. But this is where we're headed. And I imagine this is what most bank accounts are going to look like in the future if we continue down this road that we're headed. So I have the Wise app, which I like it because I can hold other currencies. But I believe this is where we're headed. This is where they're going to push us, right? The Wise app is... it's FDIC insured through JP Chase, right? I think it's a smaller bank under them. Because the card, on the back of my card, it says, this card is issued by Community Federal Savings member FDIC. But I remember reading in the app that it was actually FDIC insured through JP Chase. So this must be a smaller bank under them. But I started the Wise app so I could have other currencies. Right? And this is where it gets kind of crazy. Because these big banks, They don't want just... It's not about the community anymore. It's not even about just like one state or one country. They want it all. So this is what bank accounts would have to look like, where you could log into your bank account and have the Vietnamese dong, the US dollar, the British pound. Global control. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure this is where we're headed here. And the sickening part is, you know, I put $5,000 into a 4-month short-term high interest rate CD. I gained $80, right? That's $5,000. And I also took $2,500. I put it in my Wise app and converted it into the Vietnamese dong maybe 5 months ago. And my Vietnamese dong has gone up by $100. Half the money. Maybe a little bit longer in time. But my balance went from $2,500 to yeah, you can see it there. 260102. That was under. It was like 24.98 or something like that when I started. Obviously, because I paid a transaction fee to convert USD to Vietnamese dong, and it's actually outperformed the short-term interest CD. So, yeah, when my CD matures, which that's in 2 days, I'm going to pull all of that money out of that account and I'm going to stick it in here. Because my USD balance, I signed up in here, I can get the same interest rate I was getting over in that CD, but in this app, and it's not tied up for 4 months. It can just sit there, and if I need it, I need it. I'm not going to get fined or penalized or anything like that. So it is a cool app, man. Or maybe I'll convert more into a different currency, because it seems to be doing better than the short-term interest. But I mean, this is where I think this is where we're headed. Something like this. And the Fed, you know, this whole system that we have, they're going to keep inflating, borrowing, pulling money from the future into the now. You know, it's just disgusting. And it's like at some point this system's going to break. It's all going to come collapsing down. It's got to. It's got to. And then I would imagine at that point, precious metals are going to absolutely freaking skyrocket. And it's funny to me because these central banks, these big central banks, the ones that are forcing us to participate in this system that they built, what are they doing right now? They're buying gold and silver at record numbers. They're betting against the very system that they're forcing us to use, which makes me fucking angry. It's funny that they're doing that. You know what I mean? It's like, if your system's so great, why are you buying gold and silver? All right, now let's take a quick stroll through the markets. So the Forex market, first off, you know, I'm still just kind of relaxing. You know, I got a good entry point for USD CAD, and I still don't know. You know, I can see this so far. We had this leg up. It came up and took out big picture highs. And as soon as it did that, we got a massive leg to the downside that did structure damage. Broke structure big time, right? Didn't just break it a little. I mean, broke structure. And now this... And this is what always confused me and screwed me up, and why I lost so much in Forex is because you really know, you got to know how to think about how things are moving and when they're going to move. But this could be a correction forming here, an expansion or some sort of correction pattern. So yeah, I might have gotten in at a good spot, right? And then I see it go down, and then I double down here, let's say, and it goes down some more, and it's like, great, I'm in profit. And then it comes screwing back up, and then I end up taking a loss up here going, what the hell's happening? And then it goes my way. And I'm like, what? I was too zoomed in, man. And I was going too hot and heavy too quick, so got a good spot. This could turn out to be some sort of little expansion here and then start to head down, but I'm looking for a move from this area to this area, and it will happen eventually. It's just, it might not be today, you know what I mean? So, and once this move starts to go, we're gonna make some money, but we have to be patient because they might come up, take the high again, and then start heading down. I don't know. So the way I'm gonna play this week, I think, is if we get a little correction here and another push up, making this a nice little flag setup here, then I think what I'll do is I will double down on my position. But once we come down and take the lows, creating the next wick on the next weekly candle, I'm going to close this position and leave this one alone. You know what I mean? That way I took some profits off of this move. Great. And this one stays. That way, if this does come up and want to create some sort of expansion, I already made some money off of this drop, so I can justify holding this one into the negative a little bit and wait for that weekly move to start. You know, other than that, if you look at like NZD, yeah, we're hitting the 200-day moving average. More than likely, we'll get a reaction to the downside off of that. Usually you do. Aussie USD. I noticed it this week right here. See this big move down? That was a reaction off of these highs. We came up and just touched the highs, and boom, we got a sell move. And then the buyers bought it back up. But you have to expect that because there's orders sitting there. There's people taking profits off of the, you know, some of the move from down here. And sometimes you'll get a jerk in the opposite direction and it gets confusing. So I want to just be a little patient and wait. But Euro USD, you see this? You see this zone up here? This is a big picture like spot. We've touched it once and we got a massive reaction from it. So if Aussie USD, if Euro USD finds itself up in this zone this week, I might actually throw a sell on Euro USD to the downside as a hedge against USD CAD. You know what I mean? Or maybe just try to scrape some profits off of that knee-jerk reaction out of that zone. Because more than likely you'll get something out of that zone. So yeah, the Forex market, I'm just chilling, just waiting. I know it's going to be boring in the beginning. But I think once things start to move, and then we can look for other opportunities, and it'll start to build up, and it will get more interesting as time goes along. But for now, I'm just going to be patient. Isn't that what Warren Buffett said? The stock market is what? It's the patient taking money from the impatient. That's what the stock market is. So we got to be patient. But the cryptos, man. Bitcoin, man, weekly chart wise, we got a higher low. This flag looks like it's just about complete, if it's not already completed. And this should be taken off very, very soon. So Bitcoin I'm up, Dogecoin I'm down, but between the pair in that account, I'm up 99 bucks. Not much, nothing to write home about, but whatever. We're going to wait for that next leg higher. Zoomed out on Bitcoin. Weekly chart still looks very, very good. Luxalgo is giving us a strong buy signal. We've got a correction, we've got a pullback. Nice, healthy bull flag here. So I am bullish. But I'm looking for a nice leg up, and once I start to go, ooh, shit. That's going to be right around the time that I figure out what we're going to do next. Either pull most of it, pull some of it. Don't know. We'll take it when we get there. But I'll definitely be scraping some off the table. XRP starting to break out a little bit here. But it hasn't done damage, structure damage. We haven't really, because you can get above a trend line and have it be a false flag. But it does look like it's wiggling its way through. So hopefully these, I mean, across the board, it looks like the cryptos are setting up for a freaking move. And hopefully it comes very, very soon. That'd be great. That would be great. Other than that, GLDG. Yeah, still kind of stuck down here. Yeah, I'm not really down. I'm not up. I mean, I got in around $1 and we're sitting around $1. So we're just going to wait it out. Ooh, yeah. Neo starting to pop, which I've been dollar cost averaging into from, I would say, I think around 14 bucks. I might have bought some. Then I bought some more down here, and then I bought some more down here. So I've been just kind of buying some, and it is what it is. Lucid, I bought some of this as well, which I think I'm pretty much at break even there. AICOF, my high risk artificial intelligence play. If you really zoom in, I'm down pretty big on this one, but I don't care. I only put 500 bucks in, and if it goes back up to its highs, God, that'd be a nice play. But pretty much it's been just kind of sideways and then pop, somebody threw down, coming back down for the retest. Got a buy signal at least. This could be getting ready to rip. So some of these interest rate, low cap stocks, they might be getting ready to move. You know, because interest rates are coming down. The Fed is going to continue to pump this market up. They're not going to stop. They're not going to let this market crash before the election. It's just not going to happen. After the election, then we're starting to, yeah, things will be interesting after the election. But before the election, I'm not too worried about, like, all hell just breaking loose all of a sudden. I think we should be fine. So until the election, I'm going to just keep looking for gains to the upside, basically. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, a couple of stocks here and there. The SLV is up. And my retirement portfolio is like the only thing that's up. I bought some silver. And it's crazy how the SLV is 28. The price of silver is 31. And you're telling me that, like, you're not stepping on it? Do you see the way this is acting? First off, like, push up, bull flag. And it's like, breakout. Oh, just kidding. And it's struggling. And they're not suppressing price at all? No? Yeah. I don't buy it. But one day... Oh, look at copper. Copper's shooting up too. And this is kind of what I thought was going to happen. And this kind of gives us maybe a time horizon on when shit's going to hit the fan. But you can see copper is creating this rising wedge here. So I figured kind of copper would bounce around in this area until it's time. And then boom. You know what I mean? We break out from there and we start heading up. So my plan, honestly, you know, now that I have some money freed up, you know, when things start to crash, because we all know that's going to come probably sometime after the election. If stuff starts to crash, gold, silver, copper, you know, those metals, they're going to crash as well. Just short term, but that gives us another buying opportunity. And I might actually go into the scrap yards and see if I can get a deal and buy a bunch of copper off of them. And then bring it home and purify it. And make some copper bars out of it. I think it would be a wise move, you know what I mean? Because copper looks like it's about to soar. Well, I think they all are. I think copper, silver, gold. Especially once the masses figure out what's happening with the banking system and they go, oh shit. We've been lied to. Yep, you have. But yeah, anyways, guys. For now, I'm just going to be patient. Wait, sit tight. Stuff should be coming shortly. Hopefully. See you in the next one.